not too bad. I might mess around on YouTube for a tiny bit. Because the next game I have is big, so Resident Evil 9 is out. And I'm just gonna say it. So I'm gonna try to hunt down at least Resident Evil 1 to 6 and play that. Then buy some Resident Evil 7 Biohazard on Steam with its DLCs. Resident Evil 8 Village, and then Resident Evil 9. But by the time I get to it, it'll probably... Because I know right now, at this current moment, March 2026, Resident Evil 9 is being streamed and played and stuff like that. By the time, I want to try to hurry up with these games, so... And hopefully, by the time I get to it, it's still like the game out right now. I'm probably late to the party, just like I was late to Poppy Playtime. I still have to play Chapter 4. Poppy Playtime Chapter 5. Doom the Dark Ages. I wasn't really streaming back when Baldur's Gate 3 was the game being streamed. I'm sure people still play these games, but it's not like big, I guess. I got Resident Evil. I found GOG Galaxy, which stands for Good Old Games. Because I was going to emulate it, but I can't find a good PS1 emulator, because I don't know how to work RetroArch. I saw this on Google, and Resident Evil was like $9. So I was like, damn, $9 for that. So I'll try to find other old PS1 or other old games that if I can't emulate them and they're not on Steam, I might try to check them out and buy them, especially if they're cheap. Like, I think it was $9.99 actually, so like $10. Which if Capcom resold. So the Resident Evil remakes are all on Steam, but not the originals. As game companies hate archiving their games and re-releasing them with the same quality. They want to do glitchy, realistic remakes. So if I can't, whatever old game I can't find on Steam or Itch, most likely not Itch, but Steam, then I'm gonna buy them on Good Old Games. Because if they were resold in their original form, it would be probably $70, because that's what companies want to sell their games now, thanks to Nintendo, like $80 games. With this is $10. I bought it a couple days ago, so that's good. Probably get the other games, and then I've been looking forward to this video. This guy's funny. He plays some horror games, speeds them up. It's hilarious. Yeah. For now, play Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 with the 7 DLCs, and then maybe some other time I can play the other games like Deadly Silence, Revelations 1 and 2, Code Veronica 1 and 2, Resident Evil 0, which I heard takes place before the first one. Just the Resident Evil spin-offs, but for now I'll do the main 8 games. But, what was this called? The channel. Mr. Unnerving, that's it. He's starting analog horror. Life of Luxury, Luxury Dark. did Doctor Nowhere, Walton Files, Mandela Catalog. But I added On the Wheel to rewatch. Gemini Home Edit. Oh, I heard of that one. I added a whole bunch of analog horrors to my wheel, so I can get back into that and finish back King Pixel's Backrooms, because I heard they're making that a movie, and he's directing it. I saw a video where like people are complaining that they don't want entities in the Backrooms movie. They just want just a guy. It's kind of lame. I want entities, but TikTok does not. Let's just watch some of this. And I play Resident Evil. Learn some Trevor Henderson creatures. I think it'd be pretty fun. I think analog horror is still big. So I'm gonna start rewatching those. I'm just scared.
In the darkest corners of the internet, a collection of nightmarish beings lurk. Hostile, grotesque, inhuman, and born from the mind of one man, Trevor Henderson.
Yeah.
A master of digital horror. He has unleashed a legion of terrifying entities that defy explanation and prey on our deepest fears. From the towering siren head abomination that stalks the woods to the grotesque grin of cartoon cat hiding where no one else should.
Seen it.
These creatures aren't just monsters, they're viral legends. Tonight, we descend into the lore of Trevor Henderson's most hostile, dangerous creatures. Creatures that don't just haunt your dreams, but they hunt you.
Creepy as hell.
For now, we'll be focusing solely on Trevor Henderson's canon creatures, those officially created and confirmed by the artist himself. But as a special treat,
he kind of inspired me to start like making my own creatures. I want to learn how to make my own creatures and kind of do what he does.
I'll be including 2 non-canon entities at the end of this video. We'll be examining just how hostile these creatures truly are, and whether it's possible for anyone to survive a direct encounter with one of them. Welcome to the world of Trevor Henderson.
I know some of them. There's a whole lot more I don't know. Yeah, my boy.
We begin with the most iconic creation, the tall skeletal harbinger of static and screams, Siren Head. Standing over 40 feet tall with rusted sirens replacing a head, this creature is perhaps Trevor Henderson's most infamous creation. It's known for being extremely hostile, and usually hides in forests or small towns to ambush its prey. The first famous sighting was a night.
And this guy uses like creepy background footage. I just imagine the monster showing up.
1966, when a family took a photo of it in the Arizona desert. However, drawings in ancient caves suggest it may have existed for thousands of years. Its arms are extremely long, almost as long as its body, and huge, bony hands. Instead of a normal head and neck, it has a skinny pole of flesh with 2 sirens facing opposite directions, wrapped with black wires. A siren head is not a creature born of our world. It exists outside the laws of nature, something far more alien and unsettling. Its form is unstable, constantly shifting. No 2 people seem to see it the same way. Victims often describe seeing different shapes, sizes, or even sounds, as if Siren Head twists reality itself.
So creepy.
This disturbing trait makes it nearly impossible to understand or predict. Even more...
Sorry to keep pausing. There's like a video of a rainy city, so someone's on their balcony. What's playing is like a distorted, broken tornado siren. Someone turned that into a siren head noise.
Chilling is the mysteries of the sirens. How could something ancient possess technology that didn't exist until modern times? It raises terrifying questions about what Siren Head truly is and where it really comes from. Siren Head possesses a terrifying range of abilities that make it Trevor Henderson's deadliest creation. It can mimic human voices, emergency alerts, and radio broadcasts to lure its
Oh,
victims
yeah.
into isolated areas. Despite its massive 40-foot frame, it moves with eerie silence and blends seamlessly into its surroundings, often mistaken for telephone poles or even towers. Siren Head can emit high-frequency sound bursts capable of disorienting, injuring, or even killing its prey. Its immense strength allows it to tear humans apart effortlessly, while its tough, unnatural body makes it highly resistant to physical damage. Coupled with its psychological tactics and unpredictable behavior, encountering Siren Head is almost always a death sentence. Avoiding Siren Head requires extreme caution and situational awareness. First and foremost, steer clear of any abandoned towns, dense forests, or remote roads, especially areas with reports of strange noises or missing persons. If you hear radio chatter, emergency alerts with no clear source,
There it is.
or
There it
voices
is.
calling your name in the distance, do not investigate. These are
That's
almost
a
always
shortened
lures.
version.
Stay in groups, avoid traveling at night, and never approach any structure silhouette that looks like a tall, unmoving figure in the distance.
If I see that, I'm
If you suspect its presence, remain silent and avoid making noise. Leave the area immediately. There is no known way to fight or reason with Siren Head. Survival depends entirely on staying unseen and unheard. Siren Head isn't just hostile, it's an apex predator designed for human hunting. With a mix of psychological warfare, brute strength, supernatural stealth, and reality-bending abilities, it ranks among the most lethal of Trevor Henderson's creations. It doesn't just kill, it torments.
That's did a good job. He does like the survivability and threat level. This creature is so good. It's scary. It feels like anxious dog. That doesn't look like a dog to me.
Considered an invasive species in the Trevor Henderson universe, it resembles a tall, hairless, humanoid canine with a nervous or unsettling expression.
The background music is creepy
It's often
too.
depicted in a slouched posture, walking upright like a person, but
As a
moving
wolf,
with unnatural stiffness.
put together.
While not as overtly aggressive as Siren Head, Anxious Dog is still considered hostile and is seen as highly territorial. It is capable of stalking its targets silently for extended periods, staying just out of reach, watching, following, waiting. In some accounts, it shows signs of extreme speed and unpredictability, making it difficult to track or escape once it decides to engage. Anxious Dog is a dangerous and unpredictable entity. Its behavior ranges from passive observation to violent outbursts, depending on the situation or its mood. It has been seen dragging victims away in seconds, or simply watching them sleep without ever striking. The lack of clear pattern makes it even more terrifying. Avoid wandering alone in areas where Anxious Dog has been sighted, especially alleyways, train yards, or empty suburbs at night. If you spot a creature that resembles a dog but moves like a human, do not approach.
That's scary.
Stay in lit areas.
Also, props to the people who he got the footage from, just filming abandoned, or I guess not abandoned, filming the woods at night, filming other creepy places alone at night. I could never.
And never run. It seems to react to sudden movement or panic. Quietly remove yourself from the area while avoiding eye contact. If it begins to follow you, change direction multiple times and seek shelter in a populated area. Avoid direct confrontation. It is unclear how it reacts when cornered, but survivors often report erratic, violent behavior if provoked. Compared to other Trevor Henderson creatures, your odds are slightly better. If you stay calm and leave before it gets too close, that is. Once Anxious Dog chooses to pursue, escape becomes significantly more difficult. Speed, unpredictability, and stalker-like nature makes it a highly dangerous entity, especially for lone individuals.
So creepy. Oh, that's not too bad. Cartoon Cat. Yeah, I know this one. This is one of my favorites.
Don't let the gloves and smile fool you. Behind the rubbery limbs and cartoon grin hides one of Trevor Henderson's most malevolent creations, Cartoon Cat. Unlike Siren Head, who stalks the woods, this entity invades forgotten human spaces such as malls, schools, and dark hallways, places that used to feel safe. Cartoon Cat is an elastic humanoid feline with exaggerated cartoon features, a huge mouth full of sharp teeth, stretchy limbs, and empty, soulless eyes. Its body bends and distorts like an old rubber animation, giving it the ability to stretch, contort, and even flatten itself through tight spaces. Cartoon Cat possesses a terrifying range of abilities that make it one of Trevor Henderson's most dangerous entities. It moves and behaves like a cartoon, capable of stretching, twisting, and contorting its body in impossible ways, slipping through tight spaces or appearing out of nowhere. Its strength is immense, and its body is virtually indestructible. Cartoon Cat also exhibits disturbing intelligence and can mimic voices, or produce distorted, mocking laughter to unsettle its victims. Some believe it can even warp reality around itself, trapping people in looping or altered environments that resemble cursed versions of real-world locations. With its elastic form, sadistic personality, and supernatural powers, Cartoon Cat is less a creature and more of a walking nightmare with no clear limits. Cartoon Cat is arguably the most dangerous creature in the Trevor Henderson universe. It's not only hostile, it's sadistic. It doesn't just kill, it plays with its victims, stretching out the fear and confusion. Its intelligence, supernatural abilities, and unpredictable behavior make it nearly unstoppable.
That person didn't survive.
Avoid entering abandoned buildings, schools, warehouses, or other liminal spaces alone, especially if you feel like you're being watched, or hear faint cartoon music in the background. If you ever see movement out the corner of your eye that doesn't match reality, or shadowy, stretched figure with a grin, leave immediately. Do not run in a straight line, as Cartoon Cat seems to enjoy stalking prey like a predator in a game. Stay in populated areas, and avoid any locations tied to rumors or sightings. Cartoon Cat is impossible to outrun, outsmart, or even destroy. It shows signs of enjoying the suffering of its victims, often turning encounters into twisted games. If it has encountered you, your fate is likely sealed. Survival would require sheer luck, divine intervention, or its own disinterest in finishing the job.
I wonder if there's probably some Cartoon Cat horror games. I don't know, Siren Head hogs all the gaming attention. That'd be cool to play a Cartoon Cat horror game. I should look into that one day. Scissors.
Scissors is an unnaturally tall, emaciated humanoid with a pair of grotesque split hands that resemble giant, rusty shears. Its primary ability lies within its movements. Its shears slam together with crushing force capable of slicing through flesh, bone, or even metal. It often uses this to pin or bisect its victims in a single, horrifying motion. Despite its awkward form, Scissors can move quickly, often appearing suddenly in corridors, alleys, or behind its targets. Its presence is often accompanied by a metallic snipping sound echoing through the silence.
I don't like that music.
A warning too late for most. While it does not speak, its jerky, almost puppet-like behavior suggests something not fully in control. Or perhaps it's just enjoying the chaos it causes. Scissors doesn't wait in abandoned places like most creatures. It comes to you. Once it picks a victim, it chooses their home as its hunting ground. People report hearing strange metallic snipping sounds at night, doors creaking open, or seeing tall shadows in the hallway. It doesn't always attack right away. It watches and waits, building fear. When Scissors is inside your home, locking doors or turning on lights won't help. If it's choosing your house, your fate is already sealed. There are no documented survivors, and no known way to stop or banish it. Its behavior suggests that once you're marked, there is no escape. It waits inside your home, uses fear to paralyze, and strikes with deadly precision. Avoiding death is impossible. You're not just being hunted, you've already been caught. Very little is known about Scissors, where it comes from, and what it wants, or why it chooses its victims. What is clear, though, is that it embodies pure dread, stalking silently from the shadows until it's ready to kill. It is in every sense the boogeyman of Trevor Henderson universe. Unseen, unstoppable, and inevitable.
Oh, that's creepy. I think there's a mod with a lot of Trevor Henderson creatures for Minecraft. That'd be cool if there's like a horror game with most of his creatures. That'd be fun. Like maybe an open world first person game where you just walk around and encounter these things. I should make that if there isn't a game like that. I haven't seen this guy. There's so many
All
I don't
kings
know.
rule over something. Some rule over land, some over people. But this one, it rules over decay.
See, who would go in here
and
even
death.
at night?
This is the Fetid King, a digital plague, a computer virus that infects systems and minds alike. A towering corpse draped in rot and crowned with ruin. The Fetid King is more than just a rotting monster. It's a digital curse. Once it infects a device, it begins by creating multiple eerie copies of an image called kingbirth.jpg. This disturbing photo shows the Fetid King standing in a foggy, decayed landscape. If you reverse search the image, strange messages will appear. Things like, the Fetid King is coming soon. Over time, the images grow more corrupt, glitching with red-blue distortion, until eventually one shows the Fetid King staring directly at the viewer. As the infection spreads, the device will display ominous error messages repeating phrases like, all who dare profane the Fetid King shall take his place, along with others like he is coming now, or he will be here soon. Some of these phrases can even be found inside the image if converted to a text file. By then, it's too late. The virus has already marked you. Opening games or apps causes extreme glitches, crashes, and audio distortions. Once the system becomes unstable, the victim doesn't have much longer to live after that. The only way to survive the Fetid King is to avoid him completely. Never open strange files
He's
like
coming at the
kingbirth.jpg
computer.
or share disturbing images of a crowned, decaying figure. If the image starts multiplying on your device or strange messages appear, shut down everything immediately. Destroying the device might help, but once the infection begins, survival is unlikely. No one knows how the Fetid King kills, only that it happens shortly after the device is destroyed by the virus. Your best chance is to never let him in.
Oh, that's creepier than most. Because it's a virus. Viruses are scary, man. That would be terrifying to encounter. Yeah, I wonder why. I think he does 7 entities. I wonder why Trevor made some of these non-canon. If this guy shows more non-canon ones. Like, what constitutes being canon and not canon enough? I don't know. Are those eyes, like, there?
The first non-canon creature we'll be examining is known as the Sleepwalker, or the Sleeping Man. At first glance, it appears to be a fragile, elderly figure, gaunt, hunched,
I see.
seemingly asleep, but this appearance is nothing more than just a disguise. Its closed eyes are actually nostrils, and its true eyes sit higher and further apart. Its jaw lies hidden beneath a false lip-like fold. The Sleepwalker infiltrates elderly care homes, blending in among the residents by wearing stolen blankets and hospital gowns. It mimics the ambient beeping of medical machines, not out of intelligence, but like a parrot, echoing the sounds it hears around it. When it feeds, its disguise drops. Its throat swells grotesquely, its jaw stretches open, and its knees snap backwards to move with inhuman speed. It swallows its victims whole, alive, and perhaps most disturbingly, once consumed, the victim is forgotten. Their memories erased completely from everyone who ever knew them, as if they never existed at all. Surviving the Sleepwalker requires extreme vigilance in hospitals and care facilities, especially in quiet wards where unfamiliar patient may be lying for too long. Pay attention to unnatural posture, strange breathing, or distorted facial features. If you notice a figure that never moves, never eats, or mimics sounds without interacting, report it immediately and leave the area. If it begins to stir, run. Fighting it is not an option. By the time it reveals its true form, it's ready to feed. The Sleepwalker is silent, deceptive, and very difficult to detect
walk on
until
2
it's too
legs.
late. Its ability to blend in, move without sound, and erase all memory of its victims make it one of the most psychologically disturbing entities encountered. What makes it truly dangerous is that no one will know it's hunting because no one will ever remember who it's taken.
It's bad enough getting eaten alive, but he's like, nah, let me make this worse. Everyone's gonna forget you ever existed. Dang, that's horrible, man. The dementia monster. Wake up.
Oh God, I hope you don't remember what I just said. Okay. Listen to me, I don't have long. I don't even know if this will upload, but you need to know this.
Is he a
There's something out there
dream
called
demon?
That's what people are calling it, that name. It's not even close to what it is. It's not a monster, it's not even alive in the way we understand. It's a reality-ending cognito hazard. If you see it, if you even begin to understand what it is, your mind starts to break. Not just you, everything, the world, laws of physics, they start to bend. It doesn't chase, it doesn't talk, it just appears. And suddenly people start clawing their faces, saying things aren't words. Entire rooms collapse in on themselves like paper. It's like a dream but the dream is us. If you feel like your thoughts are slipping, the world looks wrong, it's glitching, like you're waking up from something. Run, close your eyes, cover your ears, forget. Do not try to understand what I just said. Don't even try to document, just forget.
Is he like Freddy Krueger? That's interesting. I guess I see why that's not canon.
And that concludes our descent into some of the most hostile and horrifying
Good-ass
entities
video.
from Trevor Henderson's dark universe, both canon and not.
I'm excited to
But
see
this is
more.
far from over. There are more creatures out there, more whispers, more sightings, and more nightmares that haven't yet surfaced. Part 2 is coming soon, but in the meantime,
It's already here for me. I've seen this image before. And this one, I think. I might be stuck on this. I don't know if I can watch. I don't know if I can play Resident Evil tonight. I'm getting addicted to these videos already.
the world is still trying to understand what these things are. Creatures that shouldn't
horse.
exist. Entities that don't
I
follow
think
the
he's
rules.
good. He
Not
like,
of science. Not of...
if you see a long horse, there's like danger in the ear. And like his neck is infinite. That's about all I know.
nature. Definitely not of reason.
He's one of the
Part
good
1
guys.
explores some of the most hostile beings known to us in the Trevor Henderson universe. Monsters that hunt, mimic, and erase. But there are more. This is part 2. We're diving deeper
Part
into the
2.
forgotten corners, the sightings no one survived, the things only caught in
Anxious
corrupted
dog? Or
photos
is it
and
something
unfinished
else?
sentences. Some of these beings hide in plain sight, others crawl from signals, from screens, and from silence. Each one more unpredictable, more impossible to understand.
That's an
As
analog
before,
horror
we'll
looking
be focusing
thing.
only on canon creatures for now, with a few notorious non-canon horrors included at the end as a special feature. We'll examine how dangerous they really are, and whether survival is even remotely possible. If you've come back for more, then you already know. These things aren't just
Is that
stories,
Gmod?
they're warnings. And the closer we look, the more we risk being seen. Welcome back to the Trevor Henderson universe.
His like face is peeling back, man.
Concrete underpass, empty, quiet. Something's breathing behind the darkness. Something long, grotesque. I think it's just a tunnel, but it's not the bridge you need to be worried about. It's what's living beneath it. Bridgeworm is a massive, grotesque entity that is known to reside under bridges, tunnels, and overpasses.
Now I'm
At first
scared of
glance,
those
it
things.
appears almost comical. A long, pale body with a smiling face near the front. But that face is just a decoy, a mask. Hidden beneath that harmless grin is its true face. A gaping skeletal maw lined with needle-like teeth,
Ugh.
deep, lifeless eyes. Its
Kinda looks
body is
cool.
snake-like and impossibly long, capable of twisting through tight spaces or stretching down the length of an entire overpass. Bridgeworm lies still for hours, even days, waiting for someone to wander too close to its hiding spot. Once the victim is in range, the fake face lifts, revealing the nightmare beneath, and then it strikes. Bridgeworm isn't the most intelligent entity, but its sheer size, stealth, and speed make it incredibly lethal. It uses deception and patience to lure people in, and when it moves, it's fast. Unnaturally fast for something its size. Victims are often swallowed whole before they even have a chance to scream. Stay away from abandoned tunnels, isolated bridges, or overpasses in rural areas,
I
especially
definitely
ones that
will
feel
now.
strangely quiet or unusually cold. If you see a strange face staring at you from the shadows beneath the bridge,
I wonder if
never
that's
approach.
Gary's mod or
That
something.
smile isn't there to comfort you, it's there to keep you still. Bridgeworm doesn't chase, it waits, so if you ever feel like something is watching you from under a
Yeah,
room,
where's that? That looks like a building. I thought he was like in bridges.
trust your instincts and leave. If you spot a fake face and realize what it is before it moves, you might escape, but most don't. The creature's size and speed leaves little room for error, and once its real face is revealed, your time is up.
That's kind of cool. Scary to encounter, but it looks pretty cool. Oh, a smile room. I didn't know he made that. I've heard of that. I played like a Roblox game called The Smile
A
Room.
brightly lit hallway, a door left open. Something inside is smiling, not with joy, but with hunger. Some creatures stalk, some wait. This one doesn't need to move at all. You come to it. The smile room appears as an ordinary doorway, except it's not a room at all. It's a massive living mouth stretching deep into darkness, lined wall to wall with countless human-like teeth. The frame of the door is fleshy and unnatural, often twitching or pulsating slightly, and from a distance, it almost seems inviting, until you get too close. The smile room is more than just a creature, it's a cosmic predator. It appears as a doorway, but what waits beyond isn't a room.
Who
It's
sees-
a living wormhole connected to a
Who sees a giant pair of teeth and be like, oh, that's really inviting. I want to go in there.
decaying mouth of a massive eldritch being from another reality. Anything that enters is completely destroyed, almost like being pulled into a black hole. It can manifest in any neglected or empty room, changing the space to fit its needs. Once it finishes feeding in one location, it vanishes and moves on, leaving behind almost no trace. One of the earliest known sightings was in 2006 when
JCPenney.
2 teens disappeared in Oshawa, Ontario after breaking into an abandoned bowling alley. A friend later found a phone with a photo of the smiling room, but when police investigated, the room no longer existed. If the smile room fails to catch prey, it can create parasitic, ambulatory hosts, strange, mobile forms that infect humans and slowly turn them into new smile room hosts. These hosts are rarely seen and their behavior remains mostly unknown, but they ensure that the creature can continue hunting. Some
mouth
scenes linked to
person.
smile room sightings have contained organic traces of saliva-like fluid, as if something massive had just fed. Trevor has hinted that the entity behind the smile room is near death, kept only alive by persistence and its instinct to feed. This slow decay, a result of entropy, explains why it continues hunting, even in its weakened state. Avoid entering unmarked doors in abandoned buildings, malls, or subterranean structures. If a door appears where one shouldn't be, especially one that's too dark, oddly clean, or strangely quiet, don't open it. If you hear laughter with no source, or feel drawn toward a doorway for no reason, turn back immediately. This entity relies entirely on curiosity and proximity. The further away you stay, the safer you are. In short, the smile room is a
Noted.
dying cosmic horror that manifests in forgotten spaces, destroys
Noted.
anything it consumes, and leaves almost nothing behind. If you see it, don't go in. Don't even look. Just run.
Interesting. %. Oh, Forgotten baby? What kind of baby is that? I've seen that picture before.
Some creatures are made, some are born, but this one was simply left behind. Forgotten Baby, aka the Pink Man, is a towering, grotesque humanoid
Damn,
infant.
so creepy.
Its body is bloated and malformed, skin stretched too tightly, eyes sunken and lifeless, limbs too long to belong to anything innocent. Its origins are unclear, but its first known manifestation may be tied to a mysterious fire that destroyed a local hospital. After the fire, only the maternity ward was left unrestored, and no explanation was ever given. It's believed this abandoned space is linked to the Pink Man, possibly the place where it was forgotten, or the first place it reached through. Over time, the Pink Man has grown significantly in size. The caption on the second
Imagine
image states
seeing
that it
that
has
in
grown
your
noticeably
house.
larger since its earlier unconfirmed sighting. This
Imagine seeing that late at night in your house. What you
implies
doing?
it may be feeding, evolving, or becoming more powerful with each victim it takes. What truly sets the Pink Man apart is what Trevor Henderson later confirmed. He wants to kidnap you and trap you in the static between television channels. Exactly how this happens remains unknown, but it
So,
implies the
like
Pink
the
Man doesn't just
locust.
exist in the physical world. It uses static, distortion, and the empty signals between reality to reach its victims. How to avoid it?
So creepy,
You
man.
cannot. The Pink Man is classified in the too late tier, meaning once
Dang,
it
look
chooses
at all
you,
those.
there is no escape.
There's
No one knows how it
tiers of
selects its
monster.
victims, or how to prevent its appearance. Static, blackouts, signal interference, these may be signs, or they may be nothing. By the time you notice, it's already too late.
I guess you're dead. I know what you're doing if that's in your house. You fucking go into the TV. Proboscis ass nose.
It moves like a ghost through the woods. Some think it's a horse. Others know better, because horses don't hang corpses in trees. The needle's a long-limbed quadrupedal cryptid that vaguely resembles a thin, skeletal horse. Its body is too long, its posture unnatural, its head is small and round, nearly featureless except for two close-set black dot eyes, and a massive 4-foot-long proboscis jutting from its face like a sharp
Proboscis, actually.
resembling a mouth part of a mosquito, only this one is strong enough to pierce a human body and drain it dry. Initially passive and even herbivorous, the needle once blended into its environment, grazing, traveling, and avoiding humans. But something has changed over time. It's grown more aggressive, especially towards hunters.
Look at what y'all
Complaints began
did.
to surface something large lingering near tunnel exits. Too quiet, too tall, and too wrong. Reports now describe increasingly violent encounters. Hunters have gone missing only to be found pinned to trees, skin hanging like an empty sack, every single drop of blood gone. It's believed the needle uses its powerful proboscis to drain its victims, possibly as a form of defense or hunger.
Dang,
The
I
more
didn't
it's
know
attacked,
I'd get a
the more it
close-up
attacks in
of a
return.
mosquito.
Avoid traveling through wooded highways.
I've never seen mosquitoes like that. Oh, Texas mostly has the small ones. I don't know if it's a different type of mosquito, but I always see mosquitoes look like that. But in like real life, I've never seen a mosquito that shape or that color. I'd see the tiny black ones.
Abandoned tunnel systems or quiet Midwest back roads.
I'm glad. I think they're the
especially near areas with
females,
missing animal or hunter
and they could
reports.
carry diseases.
If you hear
Maybe it's
rustling
good.
ahead
I
and see
haven't seen
something
them.
tall and white step between branches, run. While it doesn't seek out humans without cause, provoking it or approaching it is a death sentence. Hunters are its primary target. Don't mistake it for wildlife. If you spot the needle and leave immediately, you might survive. If you hesitate or worse, attack, it will respond without mercy. One single strike is all it takes. One jab, and you're empty.
It's like suck you up real good. What? Who said that? Dang. It's like a whole ass costume walking around.
Sometimes the costume doesn't come off. Sometimes it takes what's left of you and keeps walking. Mr. Mascot, also known as Costume Man, is a towering blue creature that wears the skin of a mascot. Or perhaps
Is
it
that
is
a
the
real
mascot
costume?
suit. It resembles a goofy furry character.
Did someone alter that? Or Trevor altered that? That looks pretty
You might see at a
realistic.
fair. Big mismatched eyes, 2 cartoonish antennae, and a gaping, expressionless mouth. But behind that costume is something rotting. Inside its maw,
Maybe that was like a Sully costume for Monsters Inc. and he just
a human head
modified
is
it.
partially visible, shriveled, discolored, and twisted with decay. It may be the corpse of the man who first wore the suit, or perhaps the latest victim absorbed into the body of this undead husk. Trevor Henderson's caption hints at its origin, a man who died inside the mascot suit, his body discovered days later in a state of unnatural decay. No cause of death could be found, just heat, humidity, and a slow collapse of his body. But now something wears the suit again. In his first sighting, Mr. Mascot is seen dragging a bloody corpse across the road. Whatever it is, now it kills without hesitation, and may have grown far larger than any costume should be, standing at 15 feet tall. Little is known about Mr. Mascot's full capabilities, but its intentions are clearly violent, whether it's the restless corpse of a man who died inside of it,
After
or
this, I have to do the dishes real quick.
a living biological monster using the costume as a camouflage. It lures victims in, cloaked in nostalgia and absurdity. Some theories suggest it might trick people into wearing the suit,
that's
turning them
creepy.
into the next victim. Others believe it's hunting out of rage, a mockery of the life it lost, or a creature pretending to be something harmless before striking. Avoid isolated roads, abandoned amusement parks, and areas near old event venues, especially if local legends mention a mascot suit or strange sightings of something large and blue. If you see it in the distance, do not approach. Do not assume it's a costume, and never wear a suit you find abandoned. That smile isn't friendly, it's hungry.
Dang it, there go my plans. He looks very happy to kill you.
A full moon hangs above your home, but something feels off. It's too low, too bright, and it's smiling. That isn't a moon, it's a towering, grotesque entity that looms high above rooftops. Its limbs stretched impossibly long and thin, bending unnaturally as it curves across the sky. At first glance, its glowing head might be mistaken for a full moon, but look closer, and you'll see something horribly wrong. Its face is unmistakably human-like, stretched into a wide, smug grin. Its glowing skin contrasting violently with the shadowy body that supports it. The creature leans forward as though peering into your window, silently observing or preparing to strike. Its exact height is unknown, but based on the image, it may be 30 to 50 feet tall, or even larger, towering over homes like a cosmic predator. There are no reports of attacks, no bodies, no blood, only sightings, and the overwhelming sense of being watched. It doesn't need to touch you to harm you. Just seeing it might be enough to break something in your mind. Though not much is confirmed, it's widely hypothesized to be an eldritch being, something far beyond human comprehension, capable of blinking victims out of existence entirely. No struggle, no scream, and no trace. It doesn't always attack, but when it does, it's instant, absolute, and silent. Disturbingly, it's believed to target children, drawn to the innocence, curiosity, or fear of those who gaze too long. Entire households have reported children waking up, crying, claiming the moon was looking in their window, and smiling. Avoid staring at it for too long. If it appears above your home, do not investigate. Turn off the lights, stay low, and do not acknowledge it, because if it notices that you noticed, it might come closer. This is no ordinary entity. That isn't a moon doesn't follow rules. It might not even need a move to destroy you. Your best chance? Pretend you never saw it.
Facts. might be the most horrifying looking one yet.
You don't need to touch it. You only need to be near it, and you'll start to fall apart. Flyblown is a towering, decayed humanoid form, wrapped in layers of filth, swarmed by a living storm of flies and maggots. Its face is misshapen and sagging, like flesh that's long since given up. Its presence alone carries the scent of death, and it moves with a slow, dragging limp. A body barely held together by rot and instinct. Its form is barely visible beneath the insect cloud, and what you do see, you wish you hadn't. Flyblown doesn't run, it stalks, the buzz of its swarming drowning out all other sound. The creature doesn't need to touch you to kill you. Just being near it starts the process. Your body weakens, your skin softens, and you begin to decay while still alive. Your breath grows foul, your vision blurs, and your thoughts begin to unravel. Once its corruption reaches you, there is no stopping. You might run, you might hide, but it already owns your flesh. You rot from the inside out, slowly and painfully. Flyblown is drawn to life like a corpse to warmth. Does it stalk for sport? It does it because it's all it knows. There is no known motive, no pattern, just slow, rotting persistence. Some say it seeks warmth, drawn to the living like a corpse drawn to a flame. Others believe it was never alive to begin with, just a mass of filth given shape, a living infection looking for someone to cling to. Flyblown isn't fast, it doesn't need to be. By the time you smell it, you're already sick. By the time you see it, the flies are already in your lungs. Once it chooses you, once your skin begins to crawl and your breath turns sour, it's already over. You don't die, you decay.
Dang, that thing is OP.
So there you have it. More of Trevor Henderson's most dangerous.
I put on something funny while I go to the dishes. What the? I know exactly what game that is, too. Alright, I'll be back. Ow.
Fire in the hole.
Damn.
That was the fastest we've ever done that. Uh-oh.
Oh, thank God. Don't worry, we're gonna get you out of there.
Why is she here? She's unreliable.
Mister, I've been trying to impart from you. It's getting true. No,
Good work.
you see?
You'll have to speak up. I'm a little deaf in my right ear.
Activating instant kill.
No, I don't want to kill anybody.
Deactivating instant kill.
Oh God, it's coming! Wait, hold on! I want to get a wait, I want to record it! Oh my God!
this episode. I'm gonna just do this move and hope to God I hit you with it.
No!
What the f?
End of story.
What?
Bye bye.
Wait, what? Hello?
Get some, boy. Get some. Alright, watch this, Joe. This is for you. No, don't stop watching. Stop watching. Cut. Oh my.
Well, that was a good watch.
I am looking at one.
Alright, let's see. Alright, let me think. The way I heard it, the readings he was getting were normal at first, then they brought it down. And no creature, alien or otherwise. There.
Hey, Pa. Wow, really? What'd you get me? Thanks.
Good show. Objective able taken.
Did you get to blowing up?
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Bye, have a great time.
Hey, I'm flying.
Damn, that hurt.
Let me give you a pat on the back. Thank you.
I knew exactly what you were gonna do. You were gonna do this. Come here.
No, I don't need a pat on the back. John, I don't need a pat on the back. I'm gonna pat you on the front. I'm gonna pat you on the front.
I'm going to find whoever did this.
Hey, go, 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 go! Wait. Go down until...
Someone's foot is too far.
Oh my god!
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck?
Revive! Revive! I'll give you the win! Revive! 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 It's okay, you know what? I'll leave. I'll let you revive. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Yeah, revive. It's okay. It's okay. It's alright. I'll give you the win. It's okay. Revive! It's okay! It's okay! It's okay! Free win. Come on, man. Come on. Yeah, good, good, good. There you go. Good job, man. Good. Here you go. There you go, man. Congratulations, brother!
On your left.
On my left. Got it.
My favorite drinking buddy. My favorite.
Try it! I'll do you for that! Come here! I'm invincible!
Yeah, get up, yeah, you!
Sorry! What is that guy? What is that fucking doing? What is that?
Take it.
Oh, I fell too.
Hey, hold on, stand at the door.
It sure was a little too effective. It sure was. Let's watch more scary monsters. Oh, I mean friendly scary monsters. I better see long horse on here. Testing.
Not everything in the Trevor Henderson universe wants to hurt you. Some just exist, watch, and wander, and a few in their own strange way might even try to help.
That's
in
creepy,
a world
but
crawling with monsters, not all creatures are hostile. Previously, we spoke about the hostile creatures and how to survive, but today we're taking a step away from the killers, the stalkers, and the ones that want to erase you from existence. And instead, we're looking at the other side, the lonely, the misunderstood, and the possibly protective. These are the beings that haunt the edges of civilization, not to destroy,
Long Horse just opened my door right
just
now.
to be left alone. They're still terrifying to look at. Towering figures, twisted limbs, otherworldly
I guess I'm
faces.
safe.
But looks can sometimes be deceiving. At times, the scariest thing isn't a monster chasing you. It's a monster that doesn't. Buckle up, because we're going headfirst back into the Trevor Henderson universe.
I made myself paranoid. That's why I had my chair against the wall and my desk facing this way. I hate my back to open spaces. My parents are like, no, change your desk around. If you have it facing away from us, we don't know what you're looking at. You're gonna look at adult content, adult stuff. Yeah, my boy. You don't have your desk, your back to the wall. You don't have your chair to the wall because you don't like open spaces. There's something you don't want us to see. Sorry, I had to
You
vent.
hear the soft creak of bones. A pale, skeletal neck snakes
See my
down
boy
from the
Long
ceiling.
Horse.
It doesn't speak, but somehow you understand it isn't here to harm you. It shouldn't exist, but it does, and it wants to keep you safe. Long Horse is one of the few entities in the Trevor Henderson universe that is not hostile. In fact, it may be a guardian angel, an omen of danger, not the cause of it. Its appearance is unforgettable, a pale, horse-like skull with empty black eye sockets perched atop an infinitely long, segmented neck that twists and stretches like a spectral ribbon through the air. Its body never fully appears, as it seemingly doesn't have one, just that endless neck, quietly snaking through ceilings, doorways, and forests. Despite its disturbing look, Long Horse gives off no sense of malice. Its neck makes the soft sound of creaking bones as it moves, not menacing, but oddly familiar, like an old house settling. Long Horse is a predictive entity. It appears to those who are in danger, not to harm them, but to warn them. It doesn't speak, but its presence often brings dreams, visions, or instincts that compel people to avoid oncoming threats. In some cases, people who encounter Long Horse are spared horrific fates simply just because they listen to the warning. It may appear hovering near your ceiling, outside a window, or curling through a hallway with its neck stretching impossibly far, and once the danger is past, it vanishes.
That's the thing. Let's say some crazy person or armed robber is gonna break in your house. Would he show up just for you? Or do you, like whatever family members are in the house with you, will they see him too? And cause I don't want him to appear to me only, and I avoid the danger. But my parents never see him. Like, he doesn't make himself known to them, and then they are in the path of danger, but I'm spared. Maybe he like goes, if it's a group of people, in one area, he like shows up for all of them to help them avoid danger.
It doesn't age, doesn't decay, it doesn't leave
These are the real
any
questions.
traces. It simply exists wherever it's needed. Much like Siren Head, Longhorse's presence predates written history. Cave paintings have been discovered depicting a long, serpent-like creature with a horse's skull, suggesting this entity has been appearing to humans for centuries, possibly even longer. In every image, it's never shown attacking, only watching from above, or standing near moments of disaster. This supports the theory that Longhorse has always been a warning, never a weapon. Longhorse is a silent protector in a world of monsters, a creature older than history, appearing not to haunt, but to save. It may resemble death,
that scared me
but
a
when
little bit.
Longhorse arrives, it means death has not found you yet.
Man, where were you during 9/11, Longhorse? What gives, man? Oh, I've seen his intro. This little skeleton dude.
You hear a soft rattle in the dark, a faint click. You turn, but no one's there. No one you can see anyway. He's always watching, always waiting. Not out of hate, but out of attachment. Bonesworth is one of Trevor Henderson's most unusual and unsettling entities. Not because of violence or rage, but because he is a skeletal, semi-invisible companion with infinite skulls, unknown motives, and a tendency to linger forever. This gaunt creature is humanoid in shape, but clearly not human. Its round skull-like head splits perfectly down the middle, and it's just the outermost shell. Behind it, more skulls. Endless, layered, identical skulls that peel back forever. A grotesque nesting doll of bone and knives.
Doing the thing.
Its ribcage is exposed and hollow, its limbs long and skeletal. Despite its fragile appearance, Bonesworth defies gravity, able to support its enormous head and navigate the world in ways that makes no physical sense. Bonesworth isn't evil, he's just obsessive. Word of God describes him as a good
peeling
boy,
back
harmless,
infinitely.
loyal, but the kind of loyal that becomes a problem. Once Bonesworth picks you as his favorite, he will never leave. He'll be the only one who can see him, and no one will believe he's there, even as things begin to change. He doesn't mean harm, but he causes it anyway, not through violence, but through mischief and presence. He'll move your ladder while you're climbing, tangle your brake cables, or trap you in a garage for days, rearrange your house when you're gone. He means it as a game, just for fun. But the side effects are real. Insomnia, sickness, paranoia, and once he's latched on, there's no way to shake him. Bonesworth breaks the rules of reality. He is composed of infinite skulls layered within each other, a paradox that should not exist in theory. He can manipulate perception. Only his chosen favorite can see him. To everyone else, he doesn't exist at all. It's also rumored that he can be summoned by playing a mysterious mobile game called Bonesworth. Though whether this is a cursed app, an ARG, or something far darker is unknown. Bonesworth is not aggressive, but his presence becomes corrosive over time.
I wonder
he won't be killed
ads in the
but
game.
He'll slowly wear you down. Physically, he poses little threat, but psychologically, he's relentless.
So even the friendly creatures have a caveat. I guess that's the word. Wait. I forgot the Among Us theme. That looks like the backpack likes the thing. That'd be funny if Trevor didn't plan that. It's the Among Us monster.
You hear heavy, wet footsteps in the grass, then the groaning of meat and bone. Something massive is coming, but it isn't here to hurt you. Big Charlie is one of the more tragic creatures in the Trevor Henderson universe. A towering, fleshy being that looks like a warped combination of a cow, a human, and something that never belonged on Earth. Despite its disturbing malformed appearance, Big Charlie is not hostile. In fact, he seems more like an overgrown animal, confused, frightened, and constantly in pain. Its body is bloated and uneven, covered in bare muscle, sagging skin, and misshapen limbs. It walks on long, spindly legs that shouldn't support its weight, and its mouth drops open, leaking strange fluids. Its eyes are vacant, not predatory, like that of a creature that doesn't understand the world it's in. According to the original caption, Big Charlie escaped from a meat processing plant. It's heavily implied that he was a product of an experimentation, a man-made attempt to engineer a creature that could produce massive amounts of meat in a short time. His grotesque body supports this.
Thanks,
an unnatural
humanity.
blend of farm animal features fused together into something that shouldn't live, but somehow it does. He's bloated and lopsided with patchy skin and long limbs that struggle under his own weight. His gaping mouth and sagging posture make him look more like a pile of muscle than a living creature. But he's alive, and worse, he's spreading. Hanging beneath Big Charlie's body are mutating meat chunks. Fleshy growths that fall off as
Not the meat chunks.
These chunks don't rot, they actually evolve. Once separated, they become little nuggets, his offspring. These creatures vary in shape and behavior, some of which can grow into something hostile. But for the most part, they're small, mobile, and disturbing in their own right. After they drop, they're left to fend for themselves. It's unclear if Big Charlie even realizes he's reproducing. He doesn't protect them, doesn't raise them. He simply wanders on, dropping meat like spores.
It's like, these are your problem now, Lamau. I ain't paying no dang child support.
Take root wherever he goes.
You take care of them now.
Big Charlie is a biological tragedy, not a predator. A lab-grown beast who wanted nothing but to walk free, and now he does. But freedom has a cost. His body births nightmares, and wherever he walks, something new begins to grow.
He just wants some oatmeal. He's like, can you help me open the box?
You hear faint, wet footsteps in the kitchen. Something small is dragging itself across the floor. At first glance, it almost looks cute. Almost. Little nuggets are accidental offspring of Big Charlie, formed from the flesh chunks that fall off.
I'm sure
his
there's
body
parts
as
of
he
that.
wanders.
I can already
These
tell.
chunks don't rot or die. They regenerate into small living creatures, each one unique in shape, color, and deformity. Most little nuggets are small, about the size of a peanut butter jar, with stubby legs and a large oval-shaped head that looks like a soft, raw meat. Their googly eyes aren't even real. They're more like strange, fake growths, often lopsided and mismatched. Some fall off entirely, leaving them eyeless, yet still moving as if they can see. Little nuggets are docile and curious, often wandering into homes, sniffing out food, or exploring kitchens, like strange, fleshy pets. Trevor Henderson has even referred to them as friends, hinting that they can be tamed or domesticated if fed or cared for. But they're far from harmless curiosities. If fed enough and left unchecked, some little nuggets evolve into the lamb, a creature far more dangerous and hostile. Only a handful have ever made this transformation, but once it starts, keeping one in your home is ill-advised. Little nuggets also come in many variations.
Oh, fun.
Some slimier, some redder, some sprouting extra parts like mouths, extra eyes, or oddly shaped heads. Certain types, like void nuggets or meat nuggets, have strange properties that remain largely unexplored. A single little nugget isn't dangerous.
That's the
A group of
shiny
them, however,
version.
can swarm or destroy property while scavenging for food. Their ability to regenerate by shedding and regrowing pieces of themselves means killing one doesn't necessarily end it. You might just get more. If you see a little nugget, don't panic. They're not aggressive. You can safely observe them or coax them out with food. But if one starts growing larger, moving faster, or changing shape, get rid of it immediately. Because once it becomes a lamb, survival drops drastically. Little nuggets are among the few Trevor Henderson creatures that are more strange than deadly. Treat them like wild animals.
I'm intrigued
curious,
now.
hungry, and unpredictable. They may look harmless now, but every lamb was once a nugget.
I wonder if he'll talk about the lamb one day. Or just Google it. I'm curious now. Dang, that's a freaking kaiju.
It appears to be a building at a distance, but upon closer inspection, that is no building. Watchtower is not like any tower you know of. Towering over forests, cities, and even mountains, she is a gentle colossus, a creature of immense size and strange beauty that brings protection, not destruction. Draped in thick fur and crowned with twisted, branch-like antlers, her presence is both majestic and uncanny. Her enormous, human-like eyes scan the horizon from a head shaped like a beam. Silent and ever watchful, birds circle her, nest in her fur, and live undisturbed, a testament to her calm nature. Locals have called her a guardian, a relic of peace in a world filled with monsters. Some say she was once a center of attention, a tourist attraction, but now she's a symbol of quiet hope, fading into legend as darker creatures begin to roam. Watchtower is benevolent. She's known to protect a small town, earning the role of both mascot and guardian. She is peaceful and undisturbed by life around her. While her full origin remains unknown, it is believed she stands opposed to other giants, potentially battling cryptids and unnatural threats that threaten her territory. Locals have grown used to her presence, though the novelty has worn off in a world filled with colossal beings. Still, the townspeople believe she may be our only hope. Watchtower's size alone is her greatest weapon. She can crush cryptids beneath her feet, cause tremors with a single step, and her antlers may serve as natural spears. Her powerful eyesight can scan vast landscapes, possibly identifying danger or people in distress. Her massive presence announces itself at all times, making it clear she watches everything below.
I'd hate to make her angry. Oh, hell no. Or the strings coming
The
from.
dance begins when you're most alone. The marionette is a haunting, string-suspended entity resembling a pale, malnourished humanoid puppet. Its faceless head and lanky limbs hang motionless until the spotlight hits. Then it moves with unnatural grace, performing an eerie dance to tunes like Putting It on the Ritz. The music echoes from nowhere, chilling the air, as the puppet's long arms sway in sync with the rhythm. The creature begins to dance, perfectly, elegantly, unnaturally. Then it stops, stares silently, and rises back into the sky until it disappears completely. Once called the Hugger, this name was later confirmed to be non-canon. Trevor Henderson clarified its true name. The marionette, a title far more fitting for its theatrical and surreal nature. It always appears under a mysterious, unexplainable spotlight, often descending from the night sky like a sinister performance. It's said to lower silently when you're most vulnerable alone, in a park at 4 a.m., or walking an empty path. After its haunting performance, it bows, then rises into the sky until it vanishes completely. Despite its unnerving appearance, it hasn't ever shown hostility. By the way it watches with its blank face, and how it always knows you're there, makes one thing certain. You're the audience, and the show is just for you. Whether it means harm, or simply wants to be seen, remains unknown. All we know is that once the music starts, get your popcorn. You're already part of the performance.
That's nice and also scary as hell. I'd be creeped out, even though it's not gonna hurt me. Gift Ape. That's an interesting name.
Bring it rot, and it brings you treasures. The gift ape is a stubby, odd-looking quadruped, cloaked in long, black fur. Its body is compact with long legs and oversized feet, while its red, featureless face holds two black dot-like eyes and a twisted, unmoving mouth. A strange protrusion, either a tail or an extra limb, extends from its back half, often hidden behind fences or trash bins. It moves with an ape-like lope and hums softly despite its mouth never moving. One of the few truly kind beings in the Trevor Henderson universe, Gift Ape is considered a certified friend. It wanders alleyways at night, rummaging through garbage and spreading filth in search of rotting food. Despite this raccoon-like behavior, it means no harm. In fact, it rewards those who feed it spoiled food, offering bizarre little gifts in return. Some known gifts include...
But if you give it not spoiled food, then it'll be very angry.
Include shiny rocks, possibly diamonds, fruit peels arranged decoratively, bottle caps, bones, feathers, or single gloves,
bones, my
aluminum
favorite.
foil, and even seashells, even if you're far from the ocean. If you're lucky and generous, it might even bring you 2 gloves, although they'll never match. There is no threat from Gift Ape. It's harmless, but don't provoke it. And as Trevor Henderson states, don't cross it. Just leave some garbage out, maybe a rotten apple core or a stale pizza, and you may just be rewarded.
That's kind of cool. It'll solve the pollution problem a little bit. If there are like more of
Thanks
them,
for watching, but don't
just
get
give
too
them
comfortable.
trash
Even
and
the
they'll
friendly
eat it.
ones can turn when crossed. And there are still many more lurking in the shadows, waiting to be seen. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see next, or if you'd rather I return to the dangerous side of the Trevor Henderson.
Man, these are so good. Oh, Dr. Nowhere. Yeah, watch the Trevor Henderson ones first. There's more Dr. Nowhere. I know some of those guys. Oh. I'm curious about the lamb now. What's the deal with the lamb?
The Trevor Henderson universe isn't just filled with monsters. It's a living nightmare that stretches across cities, forests, and forgotten places. Each creature has its own behavior, purpose, and way of hunting. Some stalk you in silence, others announce your death long before they strike. In this video, we will be diving back into the Trevor Henderson universe.
Yes,
We'll
sir.
break down how to survive encounters with some of these entities. We'll analyze their threat levels, behaviors, and what tactics might just buy you a few seconds of extra life,
I don't
if
like
you're
that
lucky.
thing.
Because in this world, knowledge isn't just power, it's survival.
Damn, that's creepy as fuck. Imagine being on a bus
The
alone,
woman on the bus
and you
manifests
see
as a
that.
disturbingly tall, eyeless woman cloaked in black. Her long hair and corpse-like skin makes her appear half dead. Her black dress, resembling a robe of some kind, conceals her entire body, adding to her creepy presence. This entity is psychokinetic and preys upon her chosen victims through dreams. Victims first encounter her within reoccurring nightmares tied to public transport, usually a bus or train. These dreams serve as both a warning and a curse, replicating themselves in real life once the entity's influence takes hold. It is said that everything you see in the dream will happen in real life, a foreshadowing of your future. Victims describe an overwhelming compulsion to avoid turning around or looking at her directly, as doing so is believed to trigger their inevitable death. When the nightmare bleeds into reality, every element from the dream, the bus, the atmosphere, even the creaking sounds, is perfectly replicated. Once aboard, the woman on the bus stalks her victim in silence, her presence feeding an escalating paranoia until the encounter reaches its unspoken end. She has also demonstrated the ability to manipulate phone lines and sounds, replacing communication with her signature creaking noise. Attempting to photograph or record her reportedly provokes violent psychological backlash, worsening fear and confusion of her target. It's implied that she may also be capable of existing in multiple locations simultaneously, as seen in accounts where she tormented one person on a bus while manifesting as an intruder somewhere else. The woman on the bus wields immense control over both the mind and reality. She can manipulate the psyche of her victims, induce paranoia, and replicate dream settings flawlessly in waking life. This makes her impossible to anticipate or escape. The more one tries to understand her, the deeper she embeds herself into their consciousness. Her influence is absolute. Once chosen, the victim's fate is sealed, and every attempt to resist only accelerates their demise. It remains a mystery of what truly becomes of her victims, as very little is known about the entity or how one might avoid her. In theory, evasion seems very simple. Just stay at home and steer clear of places you've seen in your dreams. But if it were really that easy, no one would ever fall prey to her. The truth is, her reach defies logic and safety alike. Based on the complete lack of survivors and information, it's safe to assume that encountering the woman on the bus is a death sentence, certain and inescapable. Few entities are as psychologically invasive and omnipresent as the woman on the bus. Once she's appeared in your nightmares, it's already too late. Your death is not a matter of if, but when.
That's a creepy image. I do not like that. Third level death. happened to John Pork?
The body of a pig takes on a warped humanoid form, crawling or floating forward on unnaturally long, spindly arms that serve as its only means of movement. Its lower half appears to have melted away, leaving behind a sagging, fleshy mass where its legs should be. Its entire body is wrapped in pink, wrinkled skin that darkens in places, suggesting decay or advanced decomposition. The creature doesn't appear to be physical, but perhaps spectral or ghostly in nature. The most horrifying feature, however, is its face, a grotesque blend of human and pig. Crooked, misaligned eyes stare in different directions, and its gaunt, wrinkled head resembles an aged, starving man. Its snout and floppy pig-like ears complete the image of something that should not exist. This creature's existence stems from a viral EVP video released in 2007, where a distorted voice can be heard declaring, Trevor Henderson's depiction of the entity builds upon that phrase.
I don't know if it's some guy tripping out or trying to be creepy. I didn't know it was recorded in 2007. I saw a video on that once. Or some guy was
turning
saying
the voice into
he's
tangible,
making pig snorting sounds.
Wandering horror. Body of a pig is known to haunt and move through abandoned
I think
buildings.
It's unknown.
Its voice echoing through empty halls as it mocks or
I never
terrifies its victims.
found
It
out
seems to
who
possess
was
a degree of
behind
human
that.
intelligence, possibly hinting at once human origin, now trapped in monstrous form. Victims report feeling washed or hearing guttural snorts and laughter before the creature manifests. Attempting to photograph or record it are believed to agitate it further. Given its spectral nature, body of a pig likely possesses supernatural powers.
That looks
It may
like
face
clay.
through solid walls, hover, and manifest in multiple locations at once. Despite lacking legs, it moves swiftly, propelled by its long, powerful arms. In direct encounters, it can attack physically, biting, grabbing, or slamming its victims with tremendous force. Its hybrid strength, combined with its supernatural abilities, make it an exceptionally difficult entity to escape or combat. The only known way to survive body is to flee the area once you sense its presence. While the creature can phase through solid walls and even levitate, it does not appear to move with great speed, giving a narrow window to escape. Engaging it directly in combat is futile. Its spectral nature renders all forms of physical attack useless, and no weakness or countermeasures have ever been documented. If you ever hear faint snorting echoes in the distance or glimpse a pink, ghostly silhouette moving through the dark, run immediately and do not look back.
Yeah, I'm like getting creeped out imagining myself in these situations. It's no different. I think I've seen that before.
The country road creature is a disturbingly humanoid entity that thrives in isolation. Its pale, rubbery skin stretches tightly over a thin, elongated frame, with unnaturally long limbs. Its posture is hunched and unnatural, its back curves sharply as if permanently contorted. The creature's face is perhaps the most haunting feature. Human-like, yet wrong. Long ears, sunken eyes, and a fixed, unsettling grin-like expression that never fades.
Trevor's
This
pretty good
entity
at
is primarily
making
nocturnal,
creatures.
only emerging under the cover of darkness. It prowls desolate country roads, especially in rural or uninhabited areas. The country road creature appears to target travelers who are alone in their vehicle.
Well, now I'm scared
When it
of
locks
driving
onto prey,
alone
it pursues with
in the
terrifying
country.
persistence and speed. Reports suggest it can easily outrun most vehicles on unpaved roads. Once it catches up, it violently drags the victims from their car, tearing them apart and consuming
Is
them
that
whole.
a video
Despite
game?
numerous accounts, very little else is known about its origins or intelligence. Some speculate it mimics human mannerisms to lure travelers into a false sense of security before attacking. Your best chance of survival is avoidance. The creature is only ever seen at night and only in rural or desolated areas. Meaning the simplest way to stay safe is to never drive alone on country roads after dark. If you do encounter it, do not stop the vehicle under any circumstance. Drive towards the nearest populated area or brightly lit environment as fast as possible.
What if it
Engaging
chases
or
you?
attempting to fight this entity is a death sentence. Once
Can it
it's seen
chase
you,
you?
escape becomes nearly impossible.
It probably chases you though. Well, that'd be scary, just that thing being behind me. I'd hit the gas. Well, if you're low on gas, that would really suck. And the nearest lit or populated area is like far away. Unless you find a random gas station and you're low on gas, I think you're screwed. Oh, there's that thing. It's giving me the analog
This
horror
grotesque being
vibe.
resembles a mutilated humanoid suspended upside down from the
Looks like
ceiling
a
of
Dr.
dim,
Nowhere
crimson-lit
thing.
room. Its body appears to be woven together from countless strands of flesh, resembling fungal mycelium, pulsing, knotted, and alive. These sinew cords form an unstable frame with elongated arms, bent legs, and scattered folds that seem to breathe or twitch. The head, disturbingly upright, while the body hangs inverted, bears an uncanny similarity to the man with the upside-down face. Its detached lower jaw levitates slightly below the head, moving as though animated by invisible strings. In later depictions, the creature appears to have grown longer, its limbs stretching wider as if its confinement has warped its form further. Almost nothing is known concretely about this entity's origin, except that it was deliberately sealed within the Red Room, its prison. Trevor Henderson's notes imply that the creature is highly intelligent, but incapable of escaping on its own. It needs human intervention. The man in the Red Room can communicate telepathically, most notably through dreams. Those who experience its presence describe eerie, vivid visions of the Crimson Chamber, always empty except for a few chairs. Within these dreams, the creature shows itself, whispering to its dreamers, begging them to help it escape. Some repeated dreamers become convinced that the entity has already left its confinement, suggesting it manipulates perception to create the illusion of freedom. The prevailing theory is that the creature was summoned, either intentionally or by accident, through a ritual involving dark magic or occult experimentation. Once unleashed, it proved impossible to control, forcing its captors to trap it within the red-lit dimension.
I don't know
its
why
behavior and motive
this guy is creeping me out the most.
Suggests malice concealed behind a facade of desperation, using empathy and curiosity to draw in new victims. More disturbingly, evidence suggests that the man in the Red Room may be an existential threat, one capable of collapsing the barrier between dimensions. If ever released from its crimson confinement, it could unmake reality itself, fusing dream, memory, and the physical world into one endless nightmare. The red light that binds it may be the only thing preserving the fragile order of existence. Never act on its messages or visions. Do not attempt to locate or help it, regardless of the dream's emotional intensity. If you begin dreaming of the Crimson Chamber, document the experiences, seek immediate psychological support, and ensure you are not alone. Isolation only strengthens its hold.
That thing would scare me in my dreams. Why would I want to help it? Would it even tell you where it is? Or it's like, free me. And then you just want to. Like, do you know where it is? Does it tell you? That's creepy. I would not want to let that thing out. Bellhead.
The Bellringer is one of Trevor Henderson's most unsettling humanoid creations. A skeletal predator built from bone, sinew, and something far more unnatural. Its body is almost entirely skeletal, a warped frame of uneven ribs and spinal cords bent in a zigzag pattern, held together by glistening flesh. Its chest is oversized and uneven, with the ribs on one side noticeably longer than the other, creating a grotesque asymmetry. The neck connects to a head that defies biology entirely, a bright red school bell where a skull should be. The hammer of the bell juts outward, moving freely like a jointed limb. Interestingly, the Bellringer shows a lot of similarities to Siren Head, suggesting they may be part of the same family. The Bellringer is not a mindless monster, displays a surprising degree of coordination and intelligence, often hunting in organized packs to overwhelm victims. These creatures use their bells to disorient and psychologically manipulate prey, producing sounds that can cause confusion, vertigo, and pain.
Is that like an action
Some survivors
figure?
describe the ringing as not just auditory, but mentally intrusive, echoing inside their skulls, compelling them to freeze or stumble directly into danger. The Bellringer's choice of hunting grounds adds to its horror. Abandoned or active schools, where its primary target is children. This focus appears deliberate rather than instinctive, suggesting awareness or fixation on youth. Adults are usually ignored unless they intervene, in which case they are attacked and consumed with equal ferocity. How exactly the bell ringer feeds is unknown. Some theories suggest that its ribcage opens to reveal a hidden maw, while others believe it absorbs its prey through direct contact. Whatever the method, victims never survive the encounter. The bell ringer's powers revolve around sound, stealth, and manipulation. Its bell is both a weapon and a tool, capable of producing tones that can distort spatial awareness or even trigger auditory hallucinations. Some researchers speculate that the bell emits low-frequency vibrations that interfere with the human nervous system, effectively
what is this
paralyzing
footage
victims.
right now?
If you ever hear the echo
Where
of a
did you
school
even get
bell in an
this?
abandoned building, leave immediately. The bell ringer's attacks are fast and coordinated, leaving little room for escape. Avoid investigating noises or flashing lights, as the creature uses them to lure curiosity. Once you hear the bell grow louder, it's already too late.
Urban explorers are gonna be like, oh, that was a weird sound. Why is there a bell going off? Oh, well, time to keep exploring. Yeah. Urban explorers are so brave. I could never. It's too scary. Even during the day, it's scary. I remember when I had chocolate. I always hated
Peeping
it.
Tom is a humanoid entity known for its disturbingly long, tubular neck and grotesque
Or
elderly
whatever she said. That looks like
its head is bald and wrinkled, with hollow, blackened eyes and a
That looks like the lady from SpongeBob.
wide, toothless grin that stretches
I
impossibly
remember when I
across its
first
face.
tasted chocolate.
The rest of its body remains
I
unseen,
always hated
vanishing
it.
into the shadows beyond its
That looks like
elongated
her.
neck, leaving observers unsure whether it even has a complete form. The true origin of Peeping Tom is unknown. Trevor Henderson provided little direct information, but the caption accompanying this image implies that it may have once been human. References to, quote-unquote, what's left of his house suggest a tragedy or transformation tied to a specific place, perhaps the ruin of a once ordinary life. Whether the creature became this way through supernatural means or was always something inhuman remains a mystery. As its name suggests, Peeping Tom is a voyeuristic predator, driven by compulsion rather than hunger. Trevor Henderson himself describes it as a pervert, implying that its motives are psychological or obsessive rather than purely violent. It is known to peer through windows at night, silently watching unsuspecting victims. While it
That'd be
rarely
creepy to
attacks
see.
outright, it is far from harmless. Henderson's warning to approach with caution indicates that it can become hostile if provoked, or if a person gets way too close. Its fascination with watching may evolve into fixation, and fixation into pursuit.
it
The
has a
best way to
body.
avoid Peeping Tom is to maintain distance and avoid direct confrontation.
That was
Keeping
an-
windows covered at night,
That was an endless head.
avoid lingering near glass
Endless
surfaces
neck.
after dark, and never attempt to approach or photograph it. Curiosity is what the entity feeds on. Attention gives it power. If you ever see a long neck silhouette watching from the darkness, do not investigate. Step back, shut your curtains, and turn off the lights.
That'd be creepy to see. Imagine being on like the 8th floor of a big apartment, and then you're like on your balcony, just taking in the city, like the night, the city life, and then whoop, this is his head, this is the neck. I'd shit myself. Okay, so I thought this was like something else. I guess it's a Trevor
Among Trevor Henderson's
creature.
creations, few are as sinister or influential as the man with the upside-down face, a being that feeds on human tragedy and despair. His eerie, inverted face and ghostly presence make him a haunting symbol of unseen evil, lurking behind the worst moments in human history.
Here's
The
one with
entity
the
appears as an
condition.
adult male with his head completely inverted, his unsettling grin and hollow eyes creating a sense of profound discomfort. He is most often depicted wearing a black suit with a white shirt, though his attire varies. Despite his shifting appearance, his signature upside-down face remains constant, mocking human suffering with its
Evil
perpetual
plans.
smile. The earliest known appearances of the man with the upside-down face date back to the 1910s, with his image reoccurring through the 1920s to the 1960s,
He's old as
frequently near tragic events such as car accidents and economic despair. One notable photograph shows him at a crash site, grinning at the chaos. Another depicts him inside a wrecked car, smiling directly at the photographer. His presence during a bank collapse in the Great Depression further cements his connection to human misery. Though many sightings were recorded in Hungary, his later appearances suggest he is not bound to one place. He is a global entity, manifesting wherever sorrow festers. The man with the upside-down face is driven by one purpose: to feed on suffering. He does not simply witness tragedy, he cultivates it. By amplifying negative emotions, instigating accidents, and manipulating events, he ensures that human pain continues to flow. Trevor Henderson himself described him as a bottom feeder, drawn to calamity, yet capable of causing smaller misfortunes to fuel his hunger, such as a pop tire that spirals into disaster, or a simple argument escalating into violence. He is sadistic by nature, deriving satisfaction from torment. His physical form is merely a disguise, designed to unsettle and terrify. Trevor implies that the being's true essence is beyond comprehension, possibly a dimensional parasite or manifestation of the void, wearing human skin only to mock humanity. The man with the upside-down face represents more than physical danger. He is an existential predator.
How nice.
A force that thrives on despair itself. His presence is both a symptom and a cause of catastrophe. Though he cannot be fought or reasoned with, understanding his influence may allow humanity to recognize when tragedy is not coincidence, but design.
Like passive aggressive. He's like, drive safe. He's gonna cause a car wreck.
If you've made it this far, consider yourself lucky. Or perhaps just not noticed. Yeah, the creatures that walk Trevor Henderson's universe are more than just monsters.
I need more. Who's Leo Invincible guy? Does he make creatures too? Ooh, Ocean Mysteries. I'm gonna have to watch that. I need more Trevor Henderson. There's some Dr. Nowhere guys. I know about them.
Trevor Henderson is known for creating some of the most disturbing and iconic creatures in internet horror, blending realistic photography with terrifying entities that feel like they could exist just out of sight. His work features a wide range of monsters, from towering giants hidden in the distance to humanoid figures that appear in places they shouldn't be, often with very little explanation behind them. In this video, we're going to be taking a closer look at some of these creatures, breaking down their appearance, behavior, possible origins, and just how dangerous they really are. Some of these entities have established lore, while others remain largely unknown, which in many cases makes them even more unsettling. So with that being said, let's dive back into the Trevor Henderson universe.
A bug man? Bunch of arms.
The arms in the vent is one of the more mysterious and unsettling entities within Trevor Henderson's work. Unlike most creatures, it is unclear whether this is a single organism or multiple entities acting together. What is visible are numerous human-like arms emerging from confined spaces, such as vents or ceilings, reaching downward into open areas. The arms themselves appear disturbingly normal at first glance. They have a light human skin tone with natural curvature and proportion, but the details quickly become unnatural. Each hand has 5 thin, bony fingers, noticeably lacking fingernails, which gives them a lifeless and almost artificial appearance. In one documented image, at least 7 arms are visible extending from a vent, though it's very likely that more are hidden beyond what can be seen. A second sighting shows similar arms reaching down from a ceiling of a gazebo, suggesting that the entity is not limited to one specific environment. Instead, it appears to manifest through openings, vents, ceilings, or any hollow space above or around a person. Very little is known about its behavior or intentions. The arms do not appear to move aggressively in the documented images, but their positioning suggests that they are either reaching towards something or waiting. This ambiguity is what makes the entity particularly unsettling, as there is no clear indication of when or if it will act. There are some similarities between this entity and others, such as the sewer spider, especially in the way the limbs hang and extend into visible space. However, unlike more clearly defined creatures, the arms in the vent lacks a clear visible body, making it difficult to understand its full form or capabilities.
Yeah, I'll have to play Resident Evil another time. I can charge my phone after this. Chicken Ghost.
The chicken ghost, also referred to as the god of chickens, is a strange and lesser known entity within Trevor Henderson's work. Its presence is often subtle at first, marked by unsettling changes in everyday life. Reports describe eggs becoming rotten without explanation, sometimes even containing partially formed embryos, along with birds behaving erratically, flying into windows, or gathering in unusual numbers. In some cases, individuals have even woken up with small wounds resembling chicken pecks, suggesting the entity may be interacting with them directly. The creature itself is rarely seen, but its influence is unmistakable. When the chicken ghost is nearby, chickens begin to act in unison, forming groups and producing synchronized sounds almost like a choir. This behavior gives the impression that the animals are not only aware of the entity, but are actively worshipping it. Unlike many other entities, the chicken ghost does not appear to cause random destruction. Instead, its actions seem targeted and purposeful. According to Trevor Henderson, the entity is simply doing its thing for the birds, which has led many to believe that the chicken ghost may represent a form of twisted justice. It is generally considered neutral, but potentially hostile towards those who consume or harm poultry. This gives the creature a unique role compared to other entities, acting less like a mindless predator and more like a force with a specific purpose. Very little is known about its true origins, but it is believed that the chicken ghost has existed for an extremely long time, long enough that
I better not catch the guy who fed chicken nuggets to chickens.
Humanity may have just simply forgotten about it. Whether it is a guardian, a deity, or something far more unsettling remains unclear. While not overtly aggressive, those who harm poultry may find themselves targeted by the entity's influence.
Yeah, chickens are scary on their own. Imagining this dude controlling them to attack you. My cousins had chickens. I think they still do. When I visited in 2013, the chickens were kind of scary. I went to the Grand Cayman once, like 2017. I saw a chicken walking in front of a KFC. I wish I could find that video. All the photos and videos I took back then are gone. I took a video of a chicken walking in front of KFC.
Mr. Bag, sometimes referred to as Mr. Trash Bag, is a towering, deeply unsettling entity known for its strange behavior and disturbing connection to humans. At first glance, it appears as a tall humanoid figure wrapped entirely in a black, wet-looking bag, with only its face visible. The face itself is pale and human-like, featuring a large nose, squinted eyes, and slightly purple lips, usually resting in a calm, almost relaxed expression, an expression that contrasts heavily with its true nature. Beneath the bag, however, the creature's form becomes far more disturbing. Evidence suggests that inside the bag is a human corpse, wrapped tightly and used as a kind of host. The body inside does not fully fill the bag, implying that the creature itself is something separate, something using the corpse as part of its structure. Over time, the bag appears to stretch and grow, with torn, sagging ends that look almost fleshy rather than plastic. Mr. Bag's size is another major concern. Early depictions place it around 14 feet tall, but later sightings show it growing significantly larger, reaching an estimate of 20 feet or more, suggesting that it increases in size over time. This growth is believed to be linked to its method of attack, as the creature is known to wrap itself around victims, suffocating them and incorporating them into its body. Unlike many other entities, Mr. Bag displays a complex and unpredictable behavior pattern. While it is clearly malicious, it does not always act in aggression. It has shown the ability to form attachments, particularly with children. In one case, it appeared to act as an imaginary friend to a young girl, remaining passive as long as it is given attention. However, as that connection fades over time, its behavior becomes far more threatening, eventually leading to stalking and pursuit. In later encounters, Mr. Bag is seen following individuals over long distances, even keeping up with moving vehicles. This suggests that it may possess abilities such as teleportation or unnatural speed, allowing it to remain close to its target at all times. Once it begins following someone, it becomes increasingly difficult to escape. While it can remain passive under certain conditions, its ability to grow stronger, stalk victims, and absorb them into its body makes it extremely dangerous if provoked or ignored.
Damn, I would not want him after me. The Clatter. What even is that?
The Clatter, also known as the Antler Elk, is a haunting entity formed entirely from discarded deer antlers, arranged into the rough shape of a quadrupedal animal. Its body is made up of antlers of all shapes and sizes, fused together in a way that should not be physically possible. Despite having no visible muscles, joints, or connective tissue, the structure somehow holds itself together and moves as a single organism. The result is a skeletal, unnatural silhouette that resembles a deer or elk, but feels completely wrong upon closer inspection. What makes the Clatter even more unsettling is the complete lack of explanation for how it exists. It is unknown what force binds the antlers together, or allows the creature to move without collapsing. There are no visible signs of life within it, yet it behaves as though it is aware of its surroundings. The entity is most commonly found in remote, wooded areas, particularly around places where humans briefly pass through and then leave, such as rest stops, hunting blinds, and isolated tourist locations. Unlike many aggressive entities, the Clatter is described as lonesome, often simply existing within these environments rather than actively hunting. Its name comes from the disturbing sound it produces when it moves. As the antlers shift and scrape against one another, it creates a loud, unnatural clattering noise, accompanied by a sound often described as wind passing through bones. This noise can be heard from a distance and is usually the first sign that the entity is nearby. Very little is known about its true origin or purpose. It may be some kind of natural anomaly, a supernatural construct, or something tied to the environment itself. Its behavior suggests it is not purely predatory, but its size, structure, and presence alone make it extremely unsettling to encounter. While not clearly hostile, its unpredictable nature and unnatural form make any encounter with the Clatter potentially dangerous.
Interesting. Never expected a bunch of antlers would be a creature. I just want to know what the lamb is. I guess show it. The bird is
The dove is a deceptive and highly dangerous entity that disguises itself as something completely harmless.
It's a T-posing bird.
At first glance, it appears to be nothing more than a normal pigeon, often seen moving or flying in confined spaces. However, this is only an illusion. In reality, the creature is a spider-like organism with a jet-black body, designed to blend perfectly into dark environments. Its most recognizable feature is a bird-like pattern on its face, which serves as a visual lure, along with glowing red outlined eyes and small piercing pupils. The majority of the creature's mass is made up of what appears to be countless long, thin limbs.
That's why
but upon closer inspection, these are not typical legs. They resemble human-like arms, each ending in small, bony hands. Beneath this mass of limbs are smaller, more flexible tendrils that may function as fangs or secondary appendages. Its central body is relatively small compared to the rest of it, making the creature appear like a writhing cluster of limbs rather than a clearly defined organism. Based on available imagery, it is estimated to be around 4 feet tall and roughly 3 feet wide, though its true size may be larger when not confined. The dove's primary hunting method relies on ambush and deception, It hides in dark and closed spaces where its black body becomes nearly invisible. The only visible parts is a bright bird-like marking, which tricks victims into thinking they're looking at a harmless pigeon. Once a person or animal gets close enough, the creature quickly strikes, using its overwhelming number of limbs to restrain and overpower its victims. This behavior makes it comparable to creatures like the anglerfish, which uses light to lure prey in darkness. However, the dove operates on land, making it far more dangerous to humans. Its likely targets include small animals, urban explorers, construction workers, or anyone moving through dim or abandoned spaces. In terms of capabilities, the dove's strength comes from both its size and sheer number of limbs, allowing it to easily immobilize prey. Its spider-like nature suggests it may be capable of climbing walls, moving silently, and potentially using venom or webbing, though this is not fully confirmed. Even without these abilities, its ambush tactics alone make it extremely lethal. Its ability to disguise itself and strike without warning makes it especially dangerous in dark or enclosed environments.
Yeah, if I saw that, I don't know if I'd think it was a bird, because the pigeon marking is like this. It's not. It wouldn't be flapping its wings. It'd just be like static, just floating around in creative mode without flapping his wings. Like, oh, why is that? Why is that bird in midair not flapping his wings? On guard.
The Fencer is a violent and relentless entity that was once human, a highly skilled student fencing champion whose life ended in betrayal. During a match, he was sabotaged by a rival team and fatally injured, and then left for dead and burned in a staged fire. However, despite the severity of his injuries, he did not die. Driven entirely by rage and vengeance, he rose again, now existing only to hunt down those responsible, and anyone unfortunate enough to cross his path. In appearance, the Fencer still wears a standard white fencing uniform, though it is now heavily stained with both fresh and dried blood. His face is hidden behind a fencing mask, but underneath it lies something far from human. What remains of his head is completely skinless, exposing raw muscle and tissue.
So, in like the fish fencing tournament, do they have the blades exposed like that? So when they spar, there's like a tip covering the blade. Like, why do you have a blade anyways? Like, in a fencing competition, wouldn't you have the blade covered too? What's the use of that kind of sword? And why is it a sword after all if it does have a tip to protect from the blade?
His eyes, teeth, and
why do you
nasal
have to use
openings
one arm?
are always visible,
Why not use
giving him a
both?
permanently grotesque and unnatural look. He is always armed, most commonly with a foil, though he has been seen using other weapons such as épées, sabers, and even daggers. The Fencer's behavior is defined by pure, uncontrolled vengeance. While his original goal is to hunt down those who betrayed him, he is now so consumed by rage that he mistakes anyone he encounters as a target. This means no one is truly safe. He's known to stalk victims for extended periods, sometimes hours or even days, before attacking. When he does strike, he often chooses to prolong the encounter, injuring victims in non-lethal areas and allowing them to attempt escape before ultimately killing them. Despite his brutality, the Fencer retains a disturbing level of intelligence and precision. His movements are calculated, almost elegant, reflecting his past as a trained athlete. He appears to understand human behavior and fear, using it to his advantage, often attacking in public or unexpected places to heighten panic.
Damn.
One of his most terrifying traits is his apparent immortality. The Fencer cannot be killed by conventional means. Weapons, including firearms, appear to have little to no lasting effect.
Yeah,
This is believed
I was thinking in my head, just shoot these things.
to be due to a combination of extreme regeneration and unnaturally durable armor, possibly enhanced by whatever force is keeping him alive. He is also capable of seemingly manifesting or restoring his weapons at will, making him constantly armed and ready. Highly intelligent, impossible to kill, and relentlessly aggressive, the Fencer is one of the most dangerous entities you can encounter.
That's scary though, attacking in public. a lot of these things attack you when you're alone, but this thing will attack you no matter how many people are around. What the heck? That's a long ass neck.
The singing clergyman is a mysterious and deeply unsettling entity believed to be a partially man-made automaton, with unknown supernatural elements. It was reportedly constructed in 1954 by a man named Robert Lowhill
Oh, I
Goetz,
think I've
who
seen.
disappeared along with his entire family shortly after creating it.
It's
The machine
based on
itself
the
was never
robot.
fully completed, as its creator was said to be waiting for a final message from the Aether before finishing it, something many believe may be connected to the family's sudden disappearance. In appearance, the singing clergyman resembles a humanoid figure wrapped in worn church robes, hiding most of its body. What is visible is far more disturbing. Its neck is in an unnaturally tall structure made of twisted black wires, bent and segmented at unnatural angles. These wires connect to a partially formed human-like head, which is missing its upper half. Its mouth hangs open permanently, revealing what appears to be a speaker embedded inside, suggesting that its voice is not entirely natural. Beneath the robes, it is believed to have a more complex, possibly mechanical or spider-like structure, though this has never been fully confirmed. The entity remained hidden for decades until it was discovered in 1986 by two urban explorers, inside a concealed room within a church in Ohio. During their encounter, both reported hearing the clergyman singing, describing the sound as something beyond anything they had ever
That'd be
experienced.
creepy as hell to
Despite the
witness.
incomplete and decaying state of the machine, its voice was described as almost beautiful, yet deeply unnatural. After this encounter, both individuals began to suffer from severe side effects, including extreme insomnia, difficulty concentrating, and an overwhelming urge to return and hear the singing again. This suggests that the clergyman's
that's
voice
how
has a
he gets
powerful
ya.
psychological or even supernatural influence, capable of manipulating those who hear it. Though it appears to be a machine, there are strong indicators that the singing clergyman is something more than mechanical, possibly a fusion of artificial creation and something divine or otherworldly. Its current location is unknown, raising the possibility that it is no longer confined to where it was originally discovered.
Uh-oh. I wonder if it's based off that mouth robot. It's like a robot with a mouth only, a mouth and nose. It like talks, or someone talks into a
And that's going to
microphone.
wrap up today's video.
And
Trevor
it moves
Henderson's
its mouth.
creatures stand out because they don't always follow clear rules. Some are aggressive, some are passive, and others we don't fully understand at all.
But this, I wonder if it's based on this kind of. Like it moves. There's a guy. It like tries to mimic mouth movements. I wonder if it's based on that kind of. That's creepy. Creepy, creepy, creepy. Oh, Trevor Henderson is pretty good. I'm learning a lot of new monsters. We'll probably play Resident Evil like the next time. I don't know. My phone is low. I can charge it. I don't know how long I'll be playing because the screen is dark or full screen. I'll just cut these segments up and put it on YouTube. And then next stream I just play Resident Evil as long as I can. I'll see how long the singular stream is. I don't know how long the game is, but yeah. Alright, thanks for watching. Twitch doesn't delete this VOD out of nowhere without giving me a copyright notice.